Hello, and welcome back to the Kaylee draws something not necessarily complicated, but definitely out of her comfort zone, and decides to record it and put it on the internet for everyone to see show. So, this is, a painting I did of Jotaro, just earlier today, actually. This isn't a situation where I, recorded on a different day. I actually just did literally the entire process for this video in one day. The last step I have literally is recording this audio and importing it into the file. But I decided to draw this because it was really hard for me to draw Jotaro just because he's so... I'm making hand motions, you can't see it. Because he's so like that. Like he's very angry shonen anime protagonist, and that's really difficult for me to draw personally because I like soft things. I like soft, cute things. So I did my best to draw a very angry masculine Jotaro. I think it turned out well enough. I painted it for once, which I usually don't do. But I really liked this sketch for this a whole bunch, so I decided that instead of trying to ruin it with line art, I'd just paint it instead and ruin it with painting. I did save the sketch beforehand though, just to make sure, like, because it's happened before where I've painted something and absolutely hated the painting, but I didn't save the sketch, so I couldn't, like, save it somewhere else, but I saved the sketch this time, so that's good. I had a backup, just in case I didn't like where this was going. For a while I didn't, when I was, like, in the middle of painting in his face, I didn't like it, because he kind of went from like, moe to, like, more moe. Does that make sense? We're not at that part of the video yet, but like, oh, and I took a break because my hand started cramping up in the middle of it. But he, right around here, when I'm like getting ready to shade in all of his face and everything, I didn't know if I liked how his face looked anymore, and that was worrying. But I feel like I salvaged it. It looks pretty cool now. Lots of purples and blues because Jotaro is an ocean man, which is why he's my fucking son. I say that every time I start a new JoJo. I'm almost done with part 3. I've got like 6 episodes left of Battle of Egypt. I know basically all the spoilers from it though, so I'm kind of like meh on watching it. Because Stardust Crusaders has been a lot. It's very shonen anime-y, where like the stand of the week thing doesn't jive with me that well. It gets real boring. I'd watch like 6 episodes in a row and literally nothing would happen except for like oingo boingo, and that's just not my favorite. But now that I'm finally at like the Egypt part, the combat doesn't feel nearly as like drawn out. It doesn't feel so stupid anymore. It doesn't feel like this is just something they're doing for time filler as they like 80 days around the world it, you know? Oh, now I'm drawing his hand, which ended up, as the text says, looking like an elephant for a while because I couldn't figure out how to draw it. Pulled it back. It looks fine now. Where was I? Yeah, stand of the week. Stand of the week is dumb. I don't like stand of the week. I've heard that Diamond is Unbreakable does less of that. Like, it starts out stand of the week and then kind of, like, gets a main narrative. I don't know if that's true. I haven't seen Diamond is Unbreakable. I know next to nothing about it besides that Josuke is Joseph's son, and that makes me so disappointed in my boy Joseph. But besides that, I don't know anything about it. I guess that's kind of a major spoiler, now that I think about it. It's not that big of a deal. It doesn't bother me. No big deal in the Kaylee eyes where every JoJo is a beautiful boy. I do really like Jotaro. If there's one thing I do like about the Stardust Crusaders is that the cast is really good. It's got Joseph, and Joseph's like my son. That's like my boy. Like that's my sweet summer child. So it's fun to have Joseph there. Avdol is fucking great. I'm gonna be limiting on the spoilers just because I don't know if anyone who watches these anymore actually watches JoJo, but I like Avdol a lot. Avdol's cool. He's got a hell of an introduction and reintroduction. Polnareff, who I affectionately refer to him as like Polnareff instead, because Polnareff is hard to say, but Polnareff isn't. Polnareff Polnareff is a horny boy. I like him though. Polnareff is cool. I fucking hate Iggy. Iggy's bad. Nothing good came out of Iggy. What else? I like Kakyoin. Kakyoin is fine. Don't understand why people ship Kakyoin and Jotaro besides the fact that they're two high school aged boys in the same show, and it seemed to be at least generally friends. But if you check Kakyoin's wiki page, Araki has said that if it wasn't for this Battle of Egypt thing, Jotaro and Kakyoin wouldn't be friends, which makes me think that the relationship really isn't founded on much of anything. So I don't know if I ship Jo to Kak, basically. It's cute art, though, if anything. And then we've got my boy Jotaro, who I had a complicated relationship with at the beginning of Stardust because I knew he became a marine biologist. I've had a picture of Jotaro saved on my computer since 2014. It is now nearly 2018, almost 4 years, because I knew he loved whales. I knew he loved whales and I knew he was a marine biologist, and that just automatically makes him one of my favorite characters. But at the start of Stardust Crusaders, he's kind of a dick. Like, he's just kind of a general asshole. And that made me really upset because I wanted to like him. Like, I wanted to like him right off the bat like I did with Joseph. But, he's a tsundere ocean man. I needed to warm up to him. He's a good dad. I think he's kind of a dork and kind of an idiot. I think he's cool. I love that he's an ocean man. I feel like I'm gonna like part 4, I almost said Joseph. Part 4 Jotaro more than part 3 Jotaro. Just because, kind of like the dad, the hashtag good dad character archetype more than the edgy boy archetype. But you know, it's whatever. So I'm looking forward to part 4. I'm really looking forward to part 4 after I'm done with part 3. Part 3 has been a little bit of a wild ride. I think I like it more than Phantom Blood. More happened in Phantom Blood than happened in Stardust Crusaders. That's just because, there's, oh shit, hello Discord. That's just because there's less episodes, so there's less going on, you know? Shut the fuck up, Discord. But, where was I? Phantom Blood. There's less episodes, so there's more packed into every episode. The problem with Stardust Crusaders is that it falls into that, like, shonen anime thing, where, like, stand of the week, shonen anime, everything is happening all at once, and, you know, we need 40 episodes to get from Japan to Cairo. The characters are cool. The stand users, if anything, it was always, although it was exhausting to get through Stardust Crusaders because I don't like the stand of the week format, every episode was at least entertaining because there was a lot going on. My brother and I both have this issue. We watched Jojo together. We both have this issue with the fucking two-parters. Like, just end it. Just end it. We're done. I didn't realize I had this much to say about fucking about part 3. Well, it's been almost 8 minutes. Fuck. Video's almost over, guys, and I've still got shit to say. Yeah. Let's see if I can wrap it up. Part 3 was boring. Liked the characters. Stand of the week is dumb. Looking forward to part 4. Didn't say much about the art because I was just painting. It's hard to paint leather. But I made it. I think it looks cool. Background was bullshit. Hated doing the background. Jotaro is like tsundere type moe. I'll have the announcement for the 50 subscriber special done on, I think, Tuesday of next week. So if you guys have anything else, I'll see you in the next one. Looking forward to it. Bye bye.